Inside Greeley continues as we talk to Sergeant Susan West of the Greeley Police Department. She's in charge of professional standards and is also the public information officer for the department, as we take an opportunity to focus on some of the perils and pitfalls and processes of driving under the influence. Certainly an unsavory subject, but unfortunately a realistic subject for police and law enforcement agencies. And Sergeant West, nice to have you with us, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a time of the year that DUIs are focused on and around holidays, but really it's an ongoing problem regardless of the time of the year, I know, for police agencies, is it not?
It is. We have a problem with driving under the influence all the time. It's 12 months out of the year.
You know, I know it has to be really a challenge for you in the field, because I know so much information has come out, so many billboards, so many news stories over a long, long period of time, and still the statistics I know are alarming.
Yes, they are. They're always climbing. We do like to see them drop, and they do that occasionally as well, too. We do take a strong stance against driving under the influence, and we hope to keep our streets safer that way.
My suspicion is that one of the things that people probably get caught in a bind for is because I only had one or two, but that's too much.
It is. It's amazing how quickly alcohol can affect you. And it's not just alcohol that we're seeing. We have other drugs, and with the legalization of the marijuana, that's also something that's concerning for us as well.
Well, talk a little bit about the procedure. If a person gets caught in a DUI circumstance, what happens?
Well, what happens is the first thing you're going to see are red lights in your rearview mirror. The officer's going to pull you over, more than likely for some sort of a traffic violation, and then make a few questions, or ask you a few questions, I should say, and determine at that point whether he thinks that maybe there's been some alcohol involved. If there has been, there will be a process of roadside maneuvers, and depending on what the officer determines, you could end up wearing silver handcuffs and riding in the back of the patrol car to the police department.
And then obviously then you have to go through the entangled legal process, and that certainly is not anything that would be enviable for anybody.
No, exactly. If you do end up arrested for DUI, you're going to have to decide whether you want a blood test or a breath test. In Colorado, people who agree to drive the car have already given what is called express consent to a blood or a breath test if an officer believes they have probable cause to arrest you for DUI. Once that's happened, if you refuse to take that test, you're going to lose your driver's license for a year. If you take the test and you fail it, then you'll lose your license for 90 days. So the issue is, if you don't take the test, you're going to be paying a higher price than if you do and you fail. But if you are found to be under the influence, it's a loss of your license, on top of the criminal side, which is trial and court and all of that.
Of course, the biggest misgiving, of course, is a threat to public safety, at least up front, about driving under the influence. And certainly at the personal end, at the opposite end of the spectrum, is the fact that anybody that does get ensnared in this sort of violation, it could be very financially expensive.
It is financially expensive. As I said, getting involved in the court process requires attorneys and legal fees and testing down the road. Depending on what the outcome is, it could be jail time or probation and UAs and all types of tests for a long time. The other side of this is, if it should result in a traffic accident, it's the personal price that you pay and that the others pay because of your actions. And they never go away. That is something that will be with you forever.
And there again, there's those spillover additional costs as insurance premiums go up and that sort of circumstance.
Yes, absolutely. And if some insurance companies won't insure you, and it's very difficult. On top of that, if you've lost your license, somebody else has got to drive you to work. If you drive for your work, they're not going to let you drive without a license. The financial ramifications are just very far-reaching.
So just in an expansion, apart from the advisory of don't do it, I mean, what do we tell people? Certainly to get a designated driver, take a cab home, stay where you are. What else?
Bottom line is, don't do it. Like you said, that is the situation. But if you don't think that you should drive, don't. There's always some other kind of an option. Someone will help you. If you don't think so, talk to the bartender where you're at, talk to a friend, call your parents, call whoever it is, but save a life and don't drive.
Any other PSs, anything else that we might have left out that you want to accentuate at the end?
No, we just encourage everyone to drink responsibly and make sure that everybody gets home safe.
Great advice. Appreciate your information and sharing your time and your information with us.
Anytime, thank you.
Sergeant Susan West, again, Public Information Officer for the Greeley Police Department, our guest on Inside Greeley.